So it's Monday, just back from an hour's bike ride and just walked to the allotment, and I got these strawberries arrived in the post today, and it's really threatening rain, so I thought I don't really want to go and plant strawberries in the rain. But anyway, I knuckled down and got them done, and I put in, I can't remember how many were now, but about 14 or something like that, and underneath a nice thick mulch of wood chip. You just need to be careful not to bury the crowns, but other than that, I think they really like wood chip, and I'm doing a lot more wood chip on the allotment at this time, just as a way of reducing the amount of watering that I have to do. So I was pleased to get those in, and I promised myself that I would also interplant garlic into that strawberry bed, because I think garlic is a lovely interplant into a new strawberry bed, probably for the first 2 years, and then by then the kind of strawberries are too big and they kind of overwhelm the garlic. But for this time I managed to get 27 garlic in, yeah, I mean, that is not a huge amount of garlic, but it's definitely worth having. So I was really pleased to have that done, and it's still not rained. I managed to even get a quick walk down the allotment plot. Anyway, tomorrow I'm actually going proper walking in Rivington, the West Pennines, so you might see me there. So I'm up in the West Pennine Hills, which I often call Rivington because it's the kind of nearest village, and it is absolutely gorgeous. You know, I do love gardening in winter, partly because there's just so much time to do other things. You know, gardening's only taking me sort of 3 or 4 hours a week at the moment, but I'm still harvesting like 150 pounds worth of veg a week, and that's enough money saved to pay me petrol to get up into the hills, and without that I probably wouldn't be going. So yeah, it's just fantastic, and of course all that great food to eat as well keeps me fit. Fantastic. And obviously Debbie and I, we're not eating 150 pounds worth of fruit and veg a week, but we eat about 50 of it, and the kids and some friends, you know, they get through the rest, and you know, we're really happy to be sharing our abundance with them. And you know, with YouTube helps as well. You know, it helps me cover my costs. I don't spend any money basically that I don't save from the allotment or get from YouTube. So yeah, it's a pretty good life. Past 3 or 4 months, United Utilities have been sending us regular emails telling us that the reservoirs are empty, or you know, close to empty or whatever, but they're now overflowing, and even the second one is looking pretty good. So there's 3 reservoirs, and this is the overflow from the second one to the third one, and that is quite a rate of water flow there. So this is the main reservoir, and you can still see there's a little bit of a beach here, but only like 3 weeks ago this beach was so much bigger. So it's really refilling fast, and I can imagine that, you know, just a few more weeks and this reservoir is going to be absolutely full to the brim. Good place to eat. Absolutely vital part of a day's hike. It's Thursday, I'm down on the allotment just for a few hours, and mainly I'm just clearing this bed of lettuce that I've got. It was interplanted with salad onions, and in hindsight maybe that was not a very good interplant, because the lettuce is now finished, you know, because it's autumn lettuces, it's getting a bit cold for them now, and yeah, so they're starting to, you know, die back, get a bit mouldy, just all the sorts of things that lettuces do when they're not too healthy. But the salad onions are still great. So anyway, I had to clear the bed of lettuce, transplant some of the salad onions into the adjacent bed, and plant spinach in there. And I've got another batch of spinach that I'll plant in there in a few weeks' time, and I've basically just harvest those salad onions over that period. So not very much gardening, but it's a little bit. It's Friday, I'm just back from a cycle ride, and I popped down to the allotment, and a few months ago I've been really pleased with myself because I'd kind of cleared all the old squashes away, and I got loads of old stable bedding and used it to mulch the kind of strip that runs between my plot and Simon and Ellie's plot next door. And it just looked really neat, and I thought, yeah, that'll provide lots of nutrients to the soil, and it'll also suppress the weeds. And then when I came back a couple of days ago, I saw that just like so much grass was growing out of that stable bedding, and it was actually seeds in the stable bedding itself. And it just got me thinking, actually, as a general principle, that whenever you use a mulch or compost, try and make sure it's weed free. Anyway, I had made that big mistake. Stable bedding at this time of year just has so many weed seeds in it, and I was like, how am I going to get all of that grass out of that stable bedding? I tried to pulling it out and just made a horrible mess, basically, like lifting all the stable bedding up, and yeah, I was just not confident it was going to work very well. And then I realised that I'd got this flame weeder, and I don't really use it for flame weeding specifically. I use it really for killing the sort of little flowers that grow in the wall around the back garden. And they're really difficult to get out because the roots are like really deep inside the wall. But when you use this flame weeder, it works really well, and it doesn't just fry them, it fries the roots as well inside the wall. So it's been a real game changer for that purpose. Anyway, I thought I could use it maybe to kill this grass, if I could warm the stable bedding up enough to kill the grass seed and the roots of the grass, because the stable bedding was really, really wet. So basically, if I could warm it up and create steam, that would kill and sterilise the stable bedding. Anyway, I had a good go at it, and we'll see whether it works, because if it does, that is a big time saver for me. Anyway, I'm pretty much done for the week, and yeah, just get on with the harvest. So here's this week's table. It's looking pretty good. Let's go through the details. So these are Cara potatoes. A pretty good harvest actually from those. That's just one tub, and those are the ones that we grew on the drive in the shade of the trees and houses. And so I'm pretty pleased actually that we got so many, given it's such a shady spot. And it was basically waste space before, so we've got some little squashes, parsnips, last of the turnips, lovely apples, more squash, leeks, red cabbage, last of the peas, parsley, Jerusalem artichokes, and yeah, celery and chard. And the chard has still got caterpillars on it. So it doesn't matter what time of year, there's always a few caterpillars around. Beetroot, again, these are just the little baby ones rather than the storage ones, which are much bigger. Field bean tops, more field bean tops, just like broad bean tops. All sorts of different little onions. Again, these are still our kind of use first onions. Storage onions still to come. Garlic, loads of spinach, absolutely. This is the time for spinach, absolutely gorgeous. Carrots, nice range of colours there. I haven't got any purple carrots, I was hoping for some purple ones, but obviously those weren't in the mix. Funny carrots. Loads of different brassica leaves, all sorts of Brussels sprouts, kale. The first of the purple sprouting broccoli, which is actually meant to come in January, but it's not just these freak weather conditions. and obviously not very much of it at the moment, which is good because I don't really want it right now. I do want it in January. And I've started actually picking a few of these purple sprouting broccoli leaves, which we really like, Debbie and I. And yeah, so it just adds to the number of different varieties that we're eating. Trying to get to 30 a week, pretty well. Little salad carrots, little salad onions. Quite a nice pak choy actually. I'm starting to clear the pak choy now because I find it doesn't really last beyond sort of, you know, the end of January. It loses its quality really. So we want to start taking whole plants out rather than just individual leaves. And the main area of the salad mixes. So covered the table again, which is my objective for every week of the year. So I hope you like this quick video. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.